We're used to looking at our phones and getting, say, step data from our iPhone, or maybe the little screen on our Fitbit. So the way we consume data is all visual, it's on a screen. So I'm looking at ways that we can use material to explore data. The workshop today has taken place at the Haringey Rhinos clubhouse. So the teams have had a training session, and then they've come back here and I've set up a series of workshop activities. So the first activity looked at ways that we could map materials to emotion. So I've used an affect grid, and I've provided a selection of materials and asked people to map them, quick fire exercise. How does touching that material make you feel? It might be something to do with memory, it might be to do with something you use that material in your life. But let's create a mapping of materials. The next exercise, I've asked people to really interrogate material and see what communicative properties are there and what might they be used for. And in the final exercise, I've asked people, okay, the material exercises that you did, that material, it made you feel angry, that material got you a bit excited. How can we take a data set, something like step data, something like sedentary data for your day, and give it a material form, so the way that you experience your data might actually motivate you in different ways than just the visual way we're used to. During the workshop, we've had BYRON here from Footfalls and Heartbeats who've got knitted sensor systems.
We're a company that produces textiles, and these textiles are made into sensors. So we use conductive yarns to form knit structures, so it's a knitted sensor. And we're here today experimenting a little bit with some volunteers to see their reactions, engage their reactions, to see live data from textiles, touching, feeling, punching, pushing. We've brought over some cushion covers. These covers have got a 3x3 array of sensors, and we've also brought some socks over which have 6 sensors in them.
So really enjoyed my experience of trying on the sensor sock. I was a bit apprehensive about whether I'd feel sort of the electrical sensors where they're woven in to the fabric, but I couldn't feel the difference at all. When I was wearing it and sort of moving around and flexing my foot quite a lot and applying different pressure to different areas to sort of see what effect that had, it was perfectly comfortable. I could have worn it as a normal sock walking around. So no, it was really good, and it was really interesting to see how the pressure goes through the foot in different intensities, different places, sort of different movements with the foot. So it was really interesting.
So I think the next stage of this work might be to look at some of the feedback systems that people suggested, like for example, whether it was your light up headband or your collar on your rugby shirt releasing a scent. The next stage would really be to explore well, these are quite speculative ideas, but what can we do as designers to actually take on board feedback that we've got from sports people in the field with technology that we have available to us, and think, well, how can we recreate the data experience? My
overall thoughts coming away from this was basically I'm really excited to see where this technology goes, because I can think of so many applications, healthcare, sport, just like transport, and I think it's fascinating to see the early stages of something like that. And I'm just really excited to see where it goes.
There's definitely a future for sensors and materials in rugby, definitely. There's already a lot of wearable tech in rugby anyway, so I think it's probably just the next step.
I think it's really important for us designers who are in our studios, technologists, perhaps in the lab, to actually come together out into the community in this context, which has been the sports community, and really find out, look, we've got this technology, we're sort of thinking that a feedback system that looks like this might be interesting. How would that work for you? And really to invite the rugby players themselves to come up with some design solutions emphasises the fact that participatory design in this way is actually really important for innovation in materials and technology.